G'day guys, I'm coming to you today from a beautiful botanical gardens here in Mackay, Queensland. I just felt on my heart that I really wanted to share a whole heap of information with you today, but I'm just going to keep it fairly short, around 5 or 6 minutes. And we're going to try and start on just a couple of topics around why you're here to learn about health and wellness. And the fact is that we're in this together. And when I say we, I mean everybody. We're all in this together. There's an absolute epidemic at the moment of people getting sick, they're tired, you know, everybody's got anxiety, everyone suffers from overweight problems. And let me tell you this, it's all about energy, guys, all about energy. Every piece of food that we put in our mouth has a vibration, has a frequency. So today I want to quickly talk about what type of foods we can put in our body to raise our frequency, and when we raise our frequency, we become more, we feel more connected. We feel more connected to nature, we feel more connected to our environment. We feel more connected to our own spirituality and ourselves, okay? So let me tell you the main ingredient behind this energy that we take out of our food. It's a light energy, and that's called Bio-Photons. Now scientists know about this. They've been studying it for years. If you take a piece of fruit, a live piece of fruit that hasn't been cooked or heated, and you put it on a table and you take a photo with it with Lymph photography, you can actually see the light emanating from it. And that light is actual biophotons. Biophotons are used for every cellular generation in our body. So we use them to detoxify, to regenerate, to add life force to our system so that we can actually be healthy and well, and we can feel good within our mind and all those sorts of things. But what happens is we get stuck with society, and we're under this hunger spell that we've got to eat all this processed foods and dead foods and foods that have actually have like high karmic debt and low energy, like a low vibration within these foods. And that causes us to then lower our vibration, and when that happens we feel this disconnect. We feel this disconnect from ourselves, from each other, and from our environment. So today I just want to really quickly just top on biophotons, just how important they are, and how you can increase your vibration by actually eating live, raw foods and just incorporating that into your diet. Let me just touch on a little bit about detoxification. You've got two main fluids in your body, okay? You've got blood and you've got lymph. The blood is the kitchen, so that brings all the energy in. It brings in the nutrients that we eat through our gut lining, and then we mix that with oxygen in our lungs, and that's the intake system. So that's the kitchen for all of our cells, okay? Every cell in your body has to poop. Everything poops, whether it's a single cell organism, whether it's us, whether it's our own individual cells, everything poops. Now you're not going to go and poop in your own kitchen, are you? So what happens is your body, when it gets rid of its waste, its metabolic waste, it's also bacterial type waste, because all those guys are actually reproducing as well. So when that happens, our body releases that waste, and it doesn't stay in the kitchen, because it's not going to take very long before our kitchen's pretty damn dirty, and that's all going to go back into our system and cause lots of cellular degeneration. So what it does do is it goes into the lymph system. The lymph system runs very, very close to the blood system. They almost run together, but there is some separation in the body. So what happens is we've got quite a big lymph system. It's about 18 litres of lymph fluid for the average adult male, and we've only got about 5 or 6 litres of blood in our body. So the lymph system is quite a big system, pretty much similar to like the exhaust system on your car. You know, you've got a small intake tube on your car which takes into either fuel injection or a carburetor, and then you've got quite a large exhaust system to get that acidic waste out. It's exactly what happens in our body. So as your body starts to get rid of cellular waste, and just from burning the fuel that comes into your cells, into your body, there's acidic waste that comes out outside of that, right? That goes into the lymph system, and it goes through a series of lymph nodes all around your body. There's hundreds of them, and they act like septic tanks. So anybody knows about how a septic tank works? The waste goes into the septic tank, and we've got bacteria in that tank, and that bacteria break all that septic waste down, and what comes off of that is filtered as this clean water. So similar what happens in our lymph nodes. So our acidic waste which comes from metabolic waste, goes through to the lymph nodes, and in those lymph nodes we've got a heap of bacteria. Now all those bacteria, they have a fantastic job they need to do, and that's all they live for, is this junk coming in, and they convert it to a more alkaline waste and they push it back out again. Okay, so that's their life cycle, and they just push that alkaline waste back out. Now what happens with that alkaline waste, it then filters around through the body. When we move our body, we actually use our body to pump the lymph system, and it goes around and it goes back to the kidneys. The kidneys then filter out that metabolic waste and send that to the bladder. The bladder then stores that. When we need to urinate, away we go and we get rid of that waste. Okay. Well, what can easily happen is your kidneys can actually block up. Why does that happen? Well, it happens because of today's society. We've got, like, we're eating animal products, so we've got a lot of meats, we've got a lot of all that type of stuff coming into our system, and you know, eggs and dairy and processed foods and high sugars and all that sort of stuff. So that's all coming into our body, right? Via this, we choose what we put in here, and that's quite toxic. And what it does, it actually blocks up the fine nephron filters within the kidneys. When they block up, it puts stress on the body because the body can't get rid of all the waste from the lymphatic system. So then it fills up, just like a garbage bin fills up, and when the garbage bins fall to the top, it's got nowhere to go, it overflows back into the blood system. As soon as that happens, your blood starts to get dirty. It starts to toxify. Your body can't then get rid of the inflammation that it starts to build as a protective mechanism against the toxic blood. So then the body gets inflammation, and that inflammation causes it, once it becomes chronic, it starts to have cellular degeneration, and that's when all of your pain and illness and all that sort of stuff comes from. So it's quite a simple method to clean your exhaust system, your lymph system, and that's by getting the kidneys filtering and actually getting your body to detoxify and get rid of all that waste. Empty the bin, and what you create is an empty bin, and that works like a vacuum in the body, so all the cells then can dump their waste into the bin rather than back into a full bin which overflows back on top of itself. So I hope that makes sense to you. What happens when the kidneys do get all blocked up and the lymph starts to back up is that it's got nowhere to go. So it starts to look at the skin. So it looks at the skin as a third kidney, because the skin's the largest organ in the body. So it uses the skin to get out some of that waste. So we might sweat a little bit more. We might have a fair bit of you know, BO and smelly skin. We could have acne. We could have you know, skin issues, that type of thing. And so that what that is, that's that waste trying to get out through the skin, and it's still quite acidic because we're not filtering it properly, and so therefore it burns the skin cells. There's only two sides to chemistry, guys. That's alkaline and acid. That's it. And it's only acid that's going to burn your cells, as simple as that. So if you get your body alkaline, then all of that acidic waste goes away and all the cells just clean up, become healthy, and that's it. So that's all I wanted to share today. That was just on my heart. Got a few people waiting for these videos. I really apologize for how long it's taken me to sort of take action and start making videos. Just bought a new camera today, so I'm just trying it out. Hope it works well. Yeah, but stay tuned. There's many more coming. Remember, we're in this together. There's a lot of information out there that's very confusing. So over the next few weeks and the next few days, I'm going to start making videos, and I'm going to actually start to explain to you guys what it is that we need to put into our body to make ourselves healthy, and also just make a bit of the sense of the information that you've been getting that may be conflicting and confusing over the last few years. So be well. Please like it if you like this video. If you thought the information was good, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again soon. Remember, we're in this together. Talk soon. Bye.